up, everybody? Welcome to episode 292 of Some Shit We Like. I'm Mike. This is Rick. There's no Bryce, but there might be a Bryant. Somewhere in this room. Maybe. In his natural habitat. The couch. Welcome to the show if you're live in Twitch. If you're not, as Bryce always says, you're not going to hear this, but make sure you join us every Tuesday when the audio goes up on someshitwelike.com and on any podcast service you can think of, including Stitcher?
Sure, yeah.
Stitcher? I don't know. But also be sure to check the YouTube page Tuesday through Friday. We do clips Tuesday through Thursday, 2 on Thursday, and the full show on Friday. Unless it's too fucking long, then it's just clips. Rick, what's going on?
Not much, man. I'm really sick right now.
Sick and tired of being sick and tired, or just actually sick?
I'm a little sick.
Mm-hmm.
My lawyers say I'm a little sick.
Legally. He's legally under the weather. Legally.
Technically, I am under the weather.
Yes. Very, very true. So, we got some stuff to talk about today. We've got a movie review. You found some news here at the last minute. And I controlled the note this week, so there's a lot of video game stuff.
Yeah, I don't want. I wanted to do the notes, but I'm doing research, but I was like, you know what? I'm sick, so I don't think I should. I mean, no.
No quotes. No quotes. Actually sick.
I'm sick. You know, fuck it. I am sick. And I didn't really want to do anything.
Yeah, I gave you the opportunity yesterday too. Like I had a bunch of links ready to go, and I was like, if you want to put the note up, that way I know whether to overload this video game segment or not. But it's not really that overloaded. There's only like 3 or 4 things, and one of them is only tangentially.
I found one
video game related.
That's
Yes,
really short.
Okay, cool.
Because I saw it earlier in the week too as well, and I wanted to talk about it. We both like it.
Yeah.
But. Yeah, I hung out with Brian actually.
I heard he took you to urgent care to make sure you were feeling better.
Yeah, he took me to Costco to get some soup.
I mean, if you're gonna go to Costco, you need to get a pizza and a chicken bake.
Yeah.
Oh, they don't have chicken bakes anymore, do they? It's a different thing now. I think the chicken bake is gone. Yeah.
A few things.
Depends on the location.
Oh, okay. Depends on location. Last time I went to La Habra, they're like, oh, we don't have chicken bake anymore, and we don't have the chocolate swirl ice cream anymore. Fuckers.
Okay.
Yeah, don't go to La Habra.
Well, I'm not a fan of the chocolate swirl ice cream, but
okay.
I know people who love it.
Yeah, it's delicious, and it's like $1.50, and it's as big as my freaking water bottle. But yeah, so Brian took you to Costco to cure what ails you.
Yeah.
Very cool. Brian is a very good friend.
Oh, fuck it. We're changing topic right now. I took a fucking mental health day. Alright? I'm sorry, but there's some days where, your brain just doesn't want to fucking...
The function.
It doesn't function.
Yeah.
You get, I see this as a legitimate mental health day.
It is legitimate.
Because with all the driving I do for work, with all the fucking different places I get moved to, last minute shit that happens where I have to go from Cyprus to like fucking Irvine or vice versa.
And the people you have to deal with. Those quotes were intentional.
Oh, the people.
I use the term people very loosely.
One asshole I had to deal with last week, which I probably might see Monday because I'm going back there again.
Okay.
And I ain't gonna take his shit, so he can fuck off. But yeah, I needed a mental health day. And you know what? It's a real sickness, so fuck you if you think it's not. Fight me. But yeah, it helped though. It helped.
That's good, man. That's good.
No, in all honesty, I was very depressed.
Yeah.
I was feeling like shit, and I was actually gonna plan to cancel with you, Brian. And I was just gonna stay. Thumbs down. I was actually gonna stay home and just mope and be shitty, but then I was like, no, you know what? Bryce reminded me that he has his day off, so then that's when I all right, well, I'll see what he's doing.
Yeah.
And then it actually worked out because I helped him out, and he helped me out for being a friend.
So Bryant just gave you the big thumbs down. It reminded me of something hilarious I saw on the Facebook the other day. It was scrolling through as one is to do while they're
I already have cheesy.
while they are taking care of business, and by business I mean pooping. And I came across a thing, and it said, was on the freeway the other day and accidentally cut somebody off, and they gave me the thumbs down instead of the middle finger, and it somehow hurt more. And I was like, holy shit, that's too funny.
I've gotten to the point where like I've had something like that happen to me one time, and then I'm like, I was driving, and I'm like, I don't want to let go of the wheel,
Yeah.
and I just went. the guy looked at me like, what the fuck just happened?
And when I read that, it reminded me of when I was telling you about the videos that my son was making with his Transformers. And he's like, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If not, give it a thumbs down. Too funny, man. Too funny.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you're feeling a little bit better. Well enough to where you got out of the house and came and got me today so we could do this show. So I'm sure Cheesy thanks you for that. And I thank you for that because I needed to get out of the fucking house.
It was a little struggle to get out of bed too, but at the same time, I was like, nah, you know what? We're gonna record a show. We're gonna be here for Cheesy.
Yeah.
We're gonna be here for Bryant now too.
Yep. But yeah.
So yeah, that was my day /
Week. Very cool. Very cool. I didn't do anything interesting this week. I made my son cut his hair.
Saw that.
Yeah. He was not happy about it. And then the next day at school, he said that
You
everybody.
can talk. You don't have to just shake or nod, dude.
Crazy if you're gonna show.
He said I go, what did everybody think of your hair? He goes, everybody hated it. And he walked in front. I was like, what do you mean everybody hated it? He's like, they said they missed my other hair. And I was like, that doesn't mean that they hate this hair, dude. Like, you a drama queen? Let's go pick up your sister. But yeah, that's all I did this week. Also picked up a game called Red Dead Redemption
I saw
2,
that.
but I'll talk about that later. So
So how about we jump into some entertainment news?
yeah. Yeah, what is this?
Some real quick stuff. So
Okay.
Cobra Kai.
Yes.
Obviously got a second season. We know that.
Is it finally going to come to a service that I can watch?
Still gonna be on premium. But here's the thing.
Okay.
Just for the show alone,
Uh-huh.
to how well it's doing, it hit 50 million views.
Holy
Can you
shit.
believe that?
That's awesome.
Yeah, 15 million views. Cobra Kai, the tweet from Cobra Kai at Cobra Kai. Sirius says Cobra Kai never dies. 50 million views and counting. Hashtag Cobra Kai. Hashtag no mercy.
That's
So,
pretty cool, man. That's a lot of fun. Like, shit. Excuse me. That's like, well, how many episodes were there? 13?
I think it was 10.
10?
Yeah.
That's like,
I'll check right now.
yeah. That's pretty good, man.
But yeah, that's so far I think the most popular one on YouTube as
Okay.
far as like the original series go. That tends to have the most
Yeah.
weight to it. I
Yeah.
guess.
I signed up for the free week of Red before it became premium and watched it. Now that it's a new service, do I get another free week?
Yeah,
Or free month or whatever?
It's 10 episodes. I don't know.
Okay. Because it's technically a new service, a new.
So she's a different email.
Shh.
I don't know if you got a new Chromecast yet. Just buy one of those and you already get like 6 months free. Or
Oh,
something
really?
like that.
I do need to get a new Chromecast. I'm gonna have to do that.
So I would look into it because I know you could find either a 3 months or 6 months for free.
Okay, I'm gonna check that out.
I know I've talked about Red already, but like I love it. I
Yeah.
know the price went up to like what $11.99 or something
Yeah.
like that. I'm still paying $9.99. Grandfather didn't. Yes.
For how long?
I don't know. They haven't changed it yet, so I'm happy.
Okay.
But it's good. I like it.
I
I like the offline play, and
Yeah.
you can turn it off. And
yes,
still listen to it.
that's the thing I miss the most.
There
Like,
is a hack
uh-huh.
or a way around it.
Okay.
If you go through the mobile version,
Uh-huh.
I believe, at least with the iPhone, I've done it through the mobile version on like Brave, the browser Brave.
Okay.
I've had it able to play while it's locked.
Okay.
It sometimes works, sometimes it doesn't.
Right.
So your mileage may vary.
That's It's a lot of work to do when I already have the app installed on my
Yeah,
phone.
that's true.
Yeah, that's the one thing I miss is like I'll start a video and I'll be like, man, I'm walking around a lot, so I'd click the button on to turn the screen off and then the video goes dead, and I'm like, God damn it.
Yeah, it's so stupid.
God damn it. It's so
It wasn't like that before either, too.
Yeah. Why is that a premium? Why? Why? It's basic fucking functionality, YouTube.
Yeah, but I mean, you get a lot for it, even with the $11.99.
Yeah, I guess so.
Downloads, no commercials. You also help creators that you watch.
Yeah.
They get a larger
Does that
percentage. And then you get music,
the music is included?
YouTube Music,
Okay.
and Google Play.
Ah, see, I already use Amazon Music though,
Yeah.
so
You're already in Amazon,
Yeah.
so.
I mean it's only $7.99 if you have Prime. So why would I get anything else?
That's true. That's true. I guess if you're an avid YouTuber like I am,
Yeah.
you can benefit from it.
So the way I get around a lot of that stuff is there's a YouTube, quote, YouTube.com app on the Amazon App Store. And the only ads I ever get are pre-roll ads. I don't get ads in during videos. And I watch most of my YouTube on my Kindle. So I don't get any ads.
that's
And
cool.
I'm logged in, so all my subscriptions are there and all that stuff. And so I don't get any. I get pre-roll ads and that's it. If that, which is crazy. So I shouldn't have said anything. Now it's
Cheesy
gonna get
says
fucked up.
Apple Music for life.
Ah, cheesy. No.
Like, I like Apple myself, but I'm not going to dive into that. I don't know. Just Apple Music is just not for me. Because I already have Amazon limited one.
Yeah.
And I also have Google Play Music.
I don't
It's
have
not for me.
an iPhone, so
Yeah, you don't have that.
I don't use Apple Music.
When are we inviting you onto the show? Funny you mentioned that.
We were actually thinking about doing that today, and then we were like, nah, fuck cheesy.
Yeah.
But honestly, for real, sometime
honestly,
real soon.
Real soon, dude. We're going to have you
Yeah.
on here, dude. Real soon. I don't know when exactly, but we will.
We will figure it out. We will get at you.
We're just kind of also on a time constraint right now, so we don't want to rush you out.
Right.
Either that way.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I was like, all right, Cheesy, get the fuck out. So we want to spend our time with you.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So that's cool. 50 million views, huh?
Yeah, dude. That's crazy.
That's pretty rad. That's good. I'm glad it's doing well, and I hope that the second season does well. I hope that it's written well. I really like the way the first season was written a lot. So
No, thank you, Cheesy. Like, y'all can fuck me, but no, thank you.
we're not turning you down, okay? It's not because we wouldn't. It's just that no, it's okay.
They're gonna turn you out.
We're not rejecting you. We're politely. What's another word for rejected?
Embracing the word no.
Politely declining the offer. Thank you, Bryant. Anyway, shall we? Was that it about that story? That's it? I thought it was news about the upcoming season or something. I didn't realize it was just
No, I
that.
just thought it
That's
was a
funny.
milestone
Yeah, it's
for
pretty
it.
cool, man. I like that.
And since we're on the little YouTube topic right now, fuck Jake Paul. No, sorry, Logan Paul.
Ooh.
Fuck Logan Paul.
I mean, but yeah,
Well, I don't know. I watched the Shane Dawson series.
him and Bryce both.
Like, when the camera's not on him, he seems like
They're
a
both
pretty-
trash people.
That's that's the thing I hate about most people on YouTube.
ham it up for the camera.
Nobody's genuine.
Yeah.
Nobody's genuine, and that's the thing I really hate about YouTube.
Yeah. But no, the reason why I said about Logan Paul was because, he had that whole Suicide Forest thing going on. I don't know if
Yeah.
you heard about that. It came out, like, I think a week or two ago, where they're going to actually, he had everything on hold for him as far as, like, he had a sequel to The Thinning or whatever that was. And they had it on hold, and now they're going to release it.
Okay.
Which says it's kind of really hypocritical of YouTube because, like, well, the producers and the people who work on it put so much time into it and blah 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 blah.
I don't care.
And exactly, Brian, money.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, well, fuck. What about PewDiePie? Like,
Yeah.
he was more devastated of all the people that worked on the series rather than him getting his paycheck. Like, a lot of people worked hard on the series. Well, he worked hard too, and he shows a dead body and he just says a word. Which, yes, it's a very bad word that you shouldn't be saying. But, like, it just shows you how much favoritism YouTube has towards the Pauls. And it's fucking bullshit. But sorry, that's just my side tangent.
Clicks make money.
Yeah.
I think it's stupid too. There's very few people that I watch every video they post, and it's because they feel genuine. They don't feel
Right.
like they're putting on an act or persona for YouTube. And it's the thing about YouTube and a lot of social, I won't say even just social media, but like just anything where there's content to consume socially. I can't stand the, hey everybody, what's up? This is blah blah blah, and I'm a fucking hit the bell, notification squad. Like, fuck off. That's not genuine. I don't believe any of that shit.
Since you're here, we want to hit the bell. Make sure you hit subscribe and leave us a comment.
You know what? Don't hit the bell. Don't hit the bell. Fuck YouTube. Don't hit the bell.
All right, then just subscribe. Come by whenever you feel like it.
Yeah. We're here.
Yeah. And we'll reply to your comments.
We'll leave the light on for you. We're the Motel 6 of YouTubers.
Oh, God, no one's going to get that.
No, nobody will get that, but anyway.
PewDiePie about to be the first 70 million before T-Series. Oh, yeah, there's a thing going on. T-Series is going to pass PewDiePie.
Oh, yeah?
You know, he's the most highest creator subscriber on YouTube. And there's T-Series, which is basically like a music channel in India.
Mm-hmm.
So like it's all produced and stuff. It's not a real creator. Is going to pass PewDiePie, and everyone's kind of making a big deal out of it.
Oh, okay.
But in my eyes, like, God, we're totally on a YouTube
Yeah.
rant right now. But in my eyes, I see T-Series as not competition.
No.
Because they're produced. They have money backing them. PewDiePie does everything on his own.
Yeah.
Well, he has editors now, but
Yeah.
like, it's not like he doesn't get Final Cut. So,
Right.
but yeah, I don't see them really, like, if they pass him, I don't see it as still them being the biggest creators, because they're not. They have investors and all that shit. So fuck them. Anyways, all right, let's move on.
All right.
Sorry.
YouTube rant over. All right. What's next, sir?
Well, you brought this.
Trailer?
Yeah, you brought this
Yeah.
to us. So
It's a trailer. Sorry, Brian. You're going to be
I'm not gonna be able to hear
in the
it.
dark for a minute.
What's this trailer? Tell me.
This trailer is called Spies in Disguise, and it's an animated movie starring our boy Will Smith. And I came across this yesterday, and I was like, "Oh, this looks interesting. Let's watch this on the show."
And here we go.
All right.
Identity scan initiated. Hello, Agent Sterling.
Let the beat drop. La 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 la. Party, all the ladies wanna know. I'm hanging with the boys. I can tell you what they say. Hey, that's if you wanna know. They say, and I can be your homie, yo. If you acting foolish, I can think of that.
It worked. Subject appears disoriented.
Walter, what did you do?
Pigeons are everywhere and nobody notices them. It's the most perfect form a spy could take.
Unbird me right now. Stop, girl, seriously.
Hey, Lance, look at me.
Look at you? I can't not look at you, Walter. I can see my butt and your face at the same time.
Some names right there, dude.
La 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 la.
All right. Spies in Disguise.
That's funny.
Yeah. So I was talking about this a little bit in the car with you on the way over here, but seeing this trailer got me excited for the Aladdin live action movie because he's playing the genie.
Oh, that's right.
And
Yeah, you really talked
the
about
way he's playing that character, I don't know if that's going to be CG or how they're going to do that or what, but the way he's playing the character in this movie seems like right in line with how I want him to play Genie. And then the beginning of this trailer made me think of like all the rumor and hubbub that went around with like Idris Elba possibly being James Bond. I saw the beginning of this and I was like, that's what James Bond would be like if Idris Elba played him.
Right,
Like,
yeah.
but yeah, dude, I saw this trailer and I was like, man, I love Will Smith. I don't care what anybody says. That movie looks funny, and I'm probably going to see that in theaters with or without my kids.
I want to see it.
Yeah,
It looks good. And the animation almost kind of reminds me of Incredibles.
Yeah, it had like an Incredibles vibe to it.
Yeah.
Blue Sky is the company doing it. I don't know much about that brand. First I thought it was going to be a DreamWorks movie. But yeah, I'm really hyped about that.
Wait, what company is it?
I think it said Blue Sky.
Oh, Blue Sky?
Yeah.
Oh, I already closed it.
Yeah, don't worry about it. But yeah.
Yeah, that looks funny, man. Like, for a second, I thought him being turned into a pigeon was going to be the bad guy turning him into a pigeon.
Right. That's what I thought too when I saw the
I was like,
trailer initially.
Okay, well, that's interesting. Let's see what he has to do with the being a pigeon.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know, man. Like,
But yeah, Tom Holland, Will Smith,
yeah.
Rashida Jones, I think it's
Yep.
DJ. I can't
Khaled.
Khaled. Okay. Yeah, I can't
Yeah,
say his name.
DJ Khaled. Yeah, I'm excited about that. I wanted to bring that because, again, I like animated movies, and I'm one of the people that tries to go see animated movies without their kids. So,
Do you like the giant Chuck E. Cheese stuff too?
if I could, I would, but you can't go to Chuck E. Cheese without a child anymore. God.
When's the last time you went?
Actually, I went a few months ago. Annie and Robert. Yes. Annie and Robert's daughter, they had her birthday at a Chuck E. Cheese, her birthday party. So yes, I was like, yes, fucking Chuck E. Cheese pizza.
I remember I loved their cake when I had my birthday there.
Yeah.
I remember the cake was so good.
They also have a beer there at Chuck E. Cheese, but
What was that beer?
yeah, but like their rules are ridiculous.
Oh,
It's like you can only have one every half hour.
that's funny.
Yeah, weird, right? I mean, I understand, but like, come on. Anyway, Spies in Disguise. I'm hyped.
Yeah. He says shakies.
Yeah, Shakey's is good too. So, real quick, talk about Shakey's. My family has a Christmas tradition where Christmas night we go eat at Shakey's because it's the only thing open. And what we do in my family is we go to my aunt's Christmas morning for breakfast. And we have, family Christmas breakfast and presents and all that stuff. And then, 7:30, 8 o'clock rolls around and you're hungry again and nothing's open, but there's a Shakey's right down the street. So we go to Shakey's, and we started doing it when Michaela was like 2. And every year she insists that we go to Shakey's for dinner on Christmas Day. So you need food to eat on Christmas Day, go to Shakey's because it's open.
The Mojos.
Yes.
Easy.
Yes. All right.
Yeah.
Done with that. No more Shakey's.
All right, what do we got next on our list of shit?
It's just the review. Yeah, movie review.
All right, so Ghost.
Yep.
We both saw a movie separately.
Yes.
We saw Mid90s. We watched the trailer on the show.
Yep.
We loved the trailer.
Yeah.
Now we're going to talk about the actual movie. And
Right.
what we think about it.
And how the first thing I want to bring up is you and I watched a documentary on Hulu called Minding the Gap. And the reason we watched that is because the way they formulated the trailer for that seemed to directly mimic the trailer and the vibe from Mid90s. That's why I watched Minding the Gap, was because it almost felt like, well, they saw that trailer and was like, well, let's make our trailer look like that. And I said that I felt like I got sold a bill of goods because I thought that documentary was just going to be about a bunch of kids, from different backgrounds skating together and coming together under skating. But they tackle some really heavy shit, like alcoholism and domestic violence and, continuing that cycle and all that. And it kind of like caught us both off guard that was like, I don't know, about 20 minutes in, I was like, what the fuck is this about, man? And then about 30 minutes in, I was like, this is a Rick documentary right here. Now, with Mid90s, I don't feel like I was sold a bill of goods, but I also did not expect it to get as heavy as Mid90s got.
I agree with that.
Man, holy shit!
So you want me to go first?
Yeah, you go ahead.
Okay,
I just
no
wanted to.
spoilers right now.
No spoilers
I'll
right
put
now.
up the sign when we go into spoilers.
Yeah.
And if I'm not lazy enough, I'll put in a timestamp.
Okay.
So, again, we were both hyped for this movie. I went into it, Jonah Hill's first movie,
Mm-hmm.
written and directed by him. I'm excited. I go in there, and the movie starts. I'm like, oh shit, they're actually going to show the movie in 4:3.
Yeah.
Which kind of threw me off, because, like, all right, they really want to go in, or he really wants to do this.
Yeah.
All right? So, here's what I'll say.
Okay.
As a whole, I thought the movie was good.
Yeah.
I enjoyed the movie. First 20 minutes of the movie, I didn't like it.
Really?
I was actually wanted to walk out.
Why?
Just because, okay, now I don't know if it just felt too real for me, or
Yeah.
just that it was like, but see, I'm not offended, but like some of the language they use in there was just too fucking real. Like, it was
I know
too
exactly.
real,
The
you know
skate
what?
shop. The
Yes,
skate
yes.
shop. Holy
I
shit.
was like, what the
I was
fuck?
dying. I thought that was hilarious.
Felt like I was hanging out with my friends in high school.
Yeah.
And I was like, I didn't have a pleasant time in high school. And I don't want to watch this shit.
Yeah. Okay.
You know?
Hit you a little too hard.
So I was like, fuck, man. It just made me really uncomfortable. And like I said, I'm not offended. Like, me and you,
Yeah.
we joked about this, like, yeah, whatever, fuck.
Right.
But, because, like, I know you guys are joking, but back then, people I hung out with because who I didn't, be honest, God, therapy. I had no one else really to hang out with,
Right.
Well, I had the computer lab, so. But anyways, but yeah, so yeah, it hit really close as far as like.
Same here, and I'll
fuck,
explain
like,
why when I get to
wanna
it too.
get out. Like, fuck this
Yeah.
shit. I don't want to see this. I'm like, no. Like I've still, I don't think I've ever walked out of a movie. I've came close to walking out of a movie. The Tourist, don't see that shit. Angelina Jolie and fuck, I forgot who else it was.
Yeah.
And Depp. Fuck that movie. But yeah, like I wanted to walk out in the
Right.
first few minutes. But like, no, I'm gonna stay. I'm gonna sit through this.
Yeah.
And watch it. And I'm glad I did, but at the same
Yeah.
time, I'm glad I did.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's hard. It's hard to talk about without going into spoilers. Like,
Okay.
overall, the movie was a good movie. I liked the skateboarding in it.
Okay.
Everyone did a good job. The kid who said, you said he was actually a skater.
All those kids are.
Well,
Yeah.
all of them, but like, he had to fake it.
Yeah.
He did a really good job of
Yeah,
faking
he
it,
did.
in my opinion.
Yeah.
Because he took some spills that I would, I've taken
Yeah.
before. We've all taken.
Of
when we're
course.
skateboarding. And it was, he did a really good job, but like I said, I enjoyed the movie. I want to put it up as like, oh my god, I love this movie.
Uh-huh.
As my scale of like good, bad, whatever.
Yeah.
Like it's a high medium. That I liked it, but at the same time, like I probably wouldn't watch it again.
I fucking loved this movie.
Real quick though, I also want to talk about the acting. The
Yeah.
acting was fucking phenomenal.
Yeah. Because they
Phenomenal.
were all kids just being kids.
Yes.
Yeah.
It felt close to like the documentary you mentioned.
Yes.
Like they were acting like it was like a documentary.
the second lead, the kid that's trying to be a pro skater.
Ray.
His name is Nikhil Smith.
Ray.
Dude is
He did not get enough fucking screen time.
No, he did not, did he?
Right? No, he did not. He did not.
He
get
was
screen
so
time.
good, man.
See, that's where we get into the story. So the story with him wanting to be pro,
I wanted them to go into that more.
Yes, me too. And the little kid wanted to learn how to skate.
Yeah.
The guy Ray who wanted to, or the kid Ray,
Yeah.
who wanted to be pro, like it felt like he was, the one everyone looked up to.
Yes.
But it wasn't enough for me to convince me that was the case.
Right.
Which I think is where they kind of fell short on, or he fell short on. I think we kind of got more scenes with him.
Yes.
More of him saying, you don't like, I hang out with these guys, but you don't want to be like them.
Yeah.
It's kind of something like that. Like, I've been talking to the little kid.
Yeah.
About that, and they just missed. I think he missed a lot of good opportunities with scenes between. I forgot the kid's name, but Sunburn and and Ray.
Yeah.
There could have been some really good. There were good scenes with them together. Like,
Yes.
Like when he built his skateboard, and
when he talked to him
when he talked to
outside,
him
and then
outside,
went
which
skating with
was,
him.
Like really, those two scenes.
Yeah.
And there were little ones.
He has some great lines in that movie.
Yeah.
Like, one of the lines, he goes, "You take the hardest hits out of anyone I've ever seen." And then he stops. Everybody's quiet, and he goes, "You know you don't need to do that, right?" Like, just that dude is a fucking star. Not only is he an amazing skateboarder, but that dude can go far in Hollywood if he wants to. And I think he's been in a couple other little things, but yeah, he can go. The sky is the limit for him, man.
Yeah.
Nikhil
I
Smith
wanted
was
to
awesome.
See more of him.
Yeah, I wanted a movie based on him at the end. So I love this movie, and before we get into like spoiler stuff, I want to talk about like, and I
don't really quick. I don't want to like diminish or put anyone other actors down because they were all fantastic too.
Yes.
Fuck shit was great.
Yeah.
I don't like some of the decisions he made.
Right.
But oh my god, what's his name?
Ruben. Was it Ruben?
Ruben.
Yeah.
I knew
Ruben.
kids like Ruben. Fuck Ruben.
Yeah.
Dude. Fuck him. I hated that motherfucker.
Yeah.
Just because I knew kids like him, I've hung out with kids like him. I was like,
Yeah.
oh,
Yeah.
He did a really good job of acting
Like a
in order
shitbag.
for me to hate him.
Yes.
So good job, that actor. I'm sorry.
That's okay. Okay, so I normally don't like talk about technical things when it comes to movie reviews because I like to be like, this was my experience with the movie. This is the thing about the movie I really liked or I didn't like. But there are some technical things that I want to talk about that are what made me love the movie. The way Jonah Hill wrote it, it didn't feel like a movie. It felt like a documentary. I'm so glad like it wasn't, as much as I wanted more of Ray, I'm so glad it wasn't, man, I'm going to go pro one day and you guys are just fucking, like, I'm so glad that wasn't the thing. I'm so glad it wasn't like, we only got the summer to make this video. Like, they could have put so many movie tropes in to get to the end game, but didn't.
And that's where the value of that movie increased because
Yes.
it showed and not tell.
Yes. The scene where he puts the board together for Sunburn, like, I'm so glad that they put that in there. Stevie, yeah. I'm so glad that they put that in there because I've talked about it on here before when I talk about skateboarding, when we did the board setup before. Like, that is my favorite part of skateboarding, is putting together a new board, putting the grip tape on, cutting it off, that is my, oh God, I love that scene.
That scene was like a real friendship scene right there.
Yeah.
There was like no music. It was just him just putting the board together for him excited to get a new board.
And the sounds of putting together a skateboard. And like I said, for me, that is one of my favorite things about skateboarding, is putting together a fresh board.
Yeah.
And the other thing is something that they touch on in the movie too, and that's just cruising. Just getting on your board and
that was
cruising.
a good shot when they were cruising down the road, the highway, just like karting.
That
I like that a lot.
To me is like, I don't know. There are few feelings in the world better than just fucking cruising on your skateboard. And I'm so glad that the two things that I love the most about skateboarding, they kind of really focused on. But yeah, I like the writing. I like that there was like no 3 days later or in a couple of weeks later, none of that time stamp bullshit. Like, it just felt like a natural passage of time. And the way it was written, it felt like a documentary. It felt like a day in the life, so to speak. Like I said, they could have easily put shitty tropes of like, this is the big. It wasn't a basic 3-act structure. Like,
it didn't feel like it.
No. And what I will say about Jonah Hill is like, he nailed a vibe so good to where when I walked out, I wasn't upset that this movie was 90 minutes long, but I was like, you know, this could have been a short film and been just as powerful and just as good. I'm glad it wasn't. But the thing that Jonah Hill nailed as a writer and director was vibe.
That was just
and a tone. And yeah, and I got the music. The use of music was fucking amazing.
Dude, I didn't even know.
Holy shit!
Had, Trent Reznor and Atticus Ross to do the music with.
Yeah.
And I saw that, I was like, holy shit.
Yeah,
that was impressive.
This, so far this year, this is my favorite movie I've seen this year.
My favorite thing about this movie, mostly actually, since you brought it up, was the music.
Yeah.
The music was really what sealed the deal for me. The actor who played Ray. Also, what I loved about the movie, but at the same time, like they could have, like I said, they could have done so much, and because they didn't, I don't really feel like
Right.
it's a good movie.
Yeah.
But to be honest, I'm not gonna put it up there in my
Okay.
best
dude.
of movies.
This is on my list for sure. All right, so put it up. Because now,
spoilers. Okay, we're
yeah.
gonna get into spoilers.
Yeah,
so,
Brian, if you'd like to cover your ears, or no, you don't care. All right.
Okay. So
Okay.
when this goes away,
We'll
then
be
you
done.
Can come back. We're done.
Okay, so speaking about they could have done more or could have told more, and throughout the movie, I felt like we're not getting any resolution to these plot points that they're introducing. But then when the movie ended, it was when I felt like, oh, this was not a movie based on plot. This was not a movie based on getting from point A to point B. And that's something I fucking loved about it. Standout of the movie is Lucas Hedges. Holy shit. Because they showed a trailer for Boy Erased prior to the Mid90s coming on.
That's right.
And
I think 2 trailers with him in it.
Yeah.
I forgot what the other one was.
And the range that dude has is fucking insane. Like, okay, so in this movie,
I like how he always had orange juice with him.
right, and they don't ever fucking explain that.
No.
And I'm so glad they don't. He's obviously bipolar. Obviously, he's got something wrong, but they don't ever fucking show it. They don't talk about it. They don't give you any more insight into him as a character other than
That's good character development.
Yes.
Without telling
yes.
people.
That
That's showing. That's what something as Jonah Hill's an actor and now this writer director.
Yeah.
When you're an actor, like it's basically training for being a director because you know what you're gonna go. You know the process already.
yeah.
And because he knows that process and he's worked with like really big directors, Martin Scorsese and a few others, like at least that's the only one that came to mind. Like he did really good about showing and not telling.
Yeah.
And the way these characters develop is so natural
Yep.
that he did a good job.
Yeah. And there was only one scene where I felt like they were giving you a little bit too much exposition in the dialogue. And it's when they're at the park and it's like the first time that Sunburn's really hanging out with them, or Stevie, and he's sitting with Ruben and he's asking him about all the guys. And Ruben basically runs down, oh, this is why he's this way. This is this guy. And, but even then, it didn't feel like ham-fisted, like shoving it down your throat, because it's like, first time you really hang out with people, you're going to try and find a way to figure out who they are. And what you're going to do is ask somebody like, oh, so what's the deal with this guy? Why do they call him fuck shit? And why is his nickname fuck shit? Is it better to have a nickname? Like, do I want a nickname? Yeah. So that was the only part where it felt like a movie, but it didn't feel too much over the top. But yeah, they never explain the orange juice. They never explain the mom's past. They never explain the brother and his obvious mental disorder. One of the things that really bummed me out is they don't show you the CD that he buys for his brother.
Yeah.
And I wanted to know. I was like, well, what CD was it? It was like, they do a lot of really cool stuff.
For a second, I thought it was just one of his CDs that he took from him
and re-repped it. Yeah, I thought that too. But he goes, I know you don't have this one.
Yeah.
And like, but yeah. And then I don't know, man. Like the vibe when I'm saying that a lot because that's what this movie is about. It's about vibe and tone. And when he lands his first ollie, I remember how that felt.
Yeah, that was funny.
Like, it wasn't a good one. And if he would have tried to ride it out, he probably would have fell off the board, but he stepped off before he fell off. So guess what? That's a land in my book. Like, and that's what goes through your mind. Like, they nailed that, man. And then right after that, they do the scene on that roof gap and he starts rolling down. And I was like, if he lands this, then this is this movie's shit. I'm out if he lands this.
I knew he wasn't gonna land it. What I thought was gonna happen was he was gonna go and actually like fall and hang on to like.
No.
I thought that was
He fucking boom. Yeah. Yeah, all the skateboarding felt real, legit. I remember I talked about this with you guys a couple weeks ago, and like there was a lot of people in the quote unquote skateboarding core that were like, oh, Jonah Hill's just trying to make money off our culture. And then like, if you listen to people, it's like, no, you guys, Jonah Hill used to go skate the Santa Monica courthouse ledges when he was a kid. all these people knew who he was, and not because he was a famous actor or because they were best friends or hung out, but when you all go and skate the same spots, you tend to figure out who people are. But yeah, it's just one of those things where like that was the thing that really bummed me out about the whole thing, was like people that think that they're the gatekeepers to skateboarding and skateboarding culture dogging the movie before they even saw it because they thought it was going to be a bad representation of skateboarding. And it wasn't. It was a perfect representation of skateboarding. And it was about 5 different kids from 5 different backgrounds coming together because they like riding on this piece of wood with wheels on it. And the thing that it goes a place where you don't expect it to go. And here's where we're gonna really get into spoiler stuff. Like, the end of this movie was fucking... It came so fast and so quick, and I was speechless when it happened, because you can feel it coming. You can feel it coming, and they even tease it once, and then the flashes, yeah, and then a car accident happens. And then, of course, the only one that gets seriously hurt is Stevie. And
yeah, that was my breaking point there.
Yeah.
Like, I had some breaking points, but like when I had that, like I was like, that shit messed me up because Ray, when like everyone looks at him, they know he's drunk, they know they shouldn't get in the car, but Ray's like, fuck it,
just get in. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, no, but like, I've been in fucking situations like that, man. I have, and it's scary as shit, man. And like, oh man, that movie broke me that way.
Yeah.
Like, this is a depressed fest that got to me, man.
But the thing about it was, it kind of built to that. Like,
it did.
It felt feel good at the beginning, and then you see cracks in the facade. And then shit starts crumbling down, and then it literally crumbles down.
Yeah.
The whole time I was like, he better not be dead. Like, they better not kill this fucking character. I will be so pissed if they do.
I didn't think they were gonna kill him, but I thought something was kind of bad was gonna happen to him. Like maybe like, oh, they have to like cut an arm or a leg or something like that.
Right.
Just because.
His arm was crushed by a car, but he was in a cast at the end, so it was like,
he's gonna be fine.
Right.
And
that's where that line came in, where he said, you take the hardest hits, but you don't have to do that. And the way it ended, with 4th grade showing them the video that he'd made over that summer. I'm assuming it was a summer.
Yeah.
And not knowing that was going to be a thing, because they don't tell you at the beginning of the movie, we're going to make a video this summer, guys, which could easily have been...
Why? Because they had 4th grade. I had to look him up. His name in 4th grade was the one who was filming everything.
But, I mean, okay. So, but it's not obvious. I mean... When I was younger, we filmed everything too. We didn't really keep a lot of shit,
nice,
but
like sprinkle to like,
yes,
like they were gonna have something.
Yeah.
You know, to show at the end, which was 4th grade filming everything, and I have to say that the character of 4th grade has to be Jonah Hill.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah,
as close to him as anybody in the movie.
Yeah.
And I love the song choice for the video. That's one of my favorite fucking songs. But yeah. Anyway. I really, really enjoyed this movie, and I guess the spoilers are over.
Okay.
I liked that everybody was at the hospital.
Yeah.
Like, that's one of those things. And I went and saw this with my wife, and she was like, that mom was a lot more calm about it than I would have been. And I was like, yeah, but they were all there. And she's like...
that they cared.
And she's like, yeah, that's true. But yeah, spoilers are over. I've got a couple more things to say, but it's not spoiler related, so you can take that down. So yeah.
Hold on, let me copy. Okay.
So now, I never got up to shit as crazy as happened in this movie, but I had summers like that where I would spend with a couple of cousins of mine who were older than me, and we generally didn't get along really at all. But when I started skating, then we started to get along better. And I landed my first ollie cheater way off a curb, but I landed my first ollie hanging out with them over a summer. And like, again, we didn't get into any like drugs or fucking hardcore partying or anything like that, but I was about 11 or 12 and hanging out with these cousins of mine that were like 15 and 16, 15 and 17, older than me. And we would skate around, and that's how I spent summers. And yeah, so this movie like hit really close to me because of that, where I didn't like them as people. I thought they were shitty people, but we bonded over skateboarding when nothing before that kind of could ever bring us together. Whether it was like we all liked Kevin Smith movies, we all liked video games, we all like but nothing brought us close, but skateboarding did.
Right.
And it was literally just cruising around the neighborhood, and then like I said, landing my first ollie when I was like 12. And then after that, like, didn't really do anything else skateboarding wise as far as tricks. But even to this day, like I said, my favorite thing about skateboarding is, you know, every day at 2:20 when I put my headphones in and I skate 4 blocks down to my son's school to get him, because it's 5 minutes, 10 minutes on my board where I just turn my brain off and just fucking skate. And it's the best feeling. So
Yeah.
that's one of the reasons why I love this movie so much, is because it did hit really close to home, in some positive ways and some negative ways. But I tend to, we talk about this a lot. I talk about this a lot. I try to be more positive than negative. Every once in a while, I can get in a rut and be negative, but the positives definitely outweigh the negatives when I think about those years. And it was skateboarding and that vibe and that music and that whole deal. So that's why I think that is probably why I love this movie so much. Maybe in a vacuum, I would have a lot more critical things to say about it, but it is definitely going to be in my top 5 at the end of this year. And I'm pretty confident I know where it's going to end up. There's still a couple movies left I want to see that are going to make some waves in that list. Creed 2 being one, Bohemian Rhapsody being another, and Anna and the Apocalypse being another.
Forget about that. Yeah,
So-
I can't wait for that too. For me overall, like I said, like I feel like there's a lot of missed opportunities in this movie, and I'm not saying that it was a bad movie. 'Cause
Right.
It wasn't. It was a good movie, but there was a lot they could have done to make it even better.
Yeah.
And it just kind of fell a little short for me.
Mm-hmm.
But again, I like the movie, but it could have been better.
I don't think it could have been better, but I
I'm not
understand.
saying it could have been.
No.
Okay, correction. The story, it could have been more developed.
It could have been different.
Could have been different.
Yeah,
There you go.
and I totally hear what you're saying and your criticisms, and they make a lot of sense. But I think this movie is definitely,
Because I was able to remember Ray, Stevie, and fuck shit.
yeah.
All the other characters were there, which were good characters,
Yeah.
but like, those characters I just mentioned, like there could have been a lot with that.
Yeah.
And there was that exposition when Ray was talking to Stevie about how fuck shit helped him through his.
Yeah, which I thought was an
Which was
amazing
nice,
thing.
but like, I don't know.
Yeah.
There could have been a lot more there, but I don't want to spoil anything.
Yeah.
So
Very, very good movie. If you haven't seen it, go see it.
I still recommend to go see it.
Definitely. I saw it first showing, which was a 10:45 showing at an AMC. My wife and I were the only people in the theater. It felt so rad, like a personal private screening. Yeah, it was pretty dope. So go check it out, man. And I'll say it again. Go check out the 9 Club Experience episode with Sonny Soljic, who plays Stevie. He's on it for about a half hour, and it's a pretty cool interview to listen to.
I have a mom who's really, really good.
Yeah, she was.
Catherine Waterstone. She was awesome. Oh, she's British.
Yeah, fuckhead, whatever your name is. But yeah, let's move on, sir.
Okay. After that,
We have
Now,
video
video
games. Yes.
what we've been playing.
Yeah. I just want to bring up that I started Detroit. I actually started Detroit this week. I've played about 3 hours of it. Context-wise, the last thing I did, so you'll know this, was the junkyard.
Oh, okay.
And right after that, it went into a segment with Connor. But I already did the interrogation scene with Connor at the police station with the other android.
How did that go?
Went really well. I am playing this game 3 different ways with these 3 different characters, which is pretty funny. I'm kind of trying to put myself in that shoes and how I would actually play it, which is generally what I do. But then this is the first time in a David Cage game where I'm actually taking the background and the personalities of the characters I'm playing into consideration while I'm making my decisions, with the exception of Kara. I'm playing that as a fucking parent. I'm playing that as a parent.
I played Connor as Connor.
Yeah.
For a little bit.
Yeah.
Until, well, the old fight.
Yes. But Marcus, I almost called him by his real name, Jesse Williams. Marcus, I'm definitely playing that character differently than you and Bryce because
Jesse Williams.
Yeah, he's in Grey's Anatomy.
Wasn't he also in that like CSI show?
Oh, I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. Only thing I know him for is Grey's Anatomy because my wife watches it and I can't stand him on that show.
That name sounds familiar.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm trying to play these characters. I'm trying to role play these characters as them, but with a little bit of me sprinkled in.
Okay.
With the exception of Kara, because it's like there's some shit that happens at the beginnings of her story where I had a conversation with myself. I was like, okay, here's this thing and here's this thing. If this happens, this is the way I'm going. But if that doesn't happen, then I'll go this way. And I'm being vague because I don't want to spoil any choices. I'll talk about it with you after, Rick. But needless to say, a thing happened and I went away with her. And now...
Yeah, you can.
Yeah.
I think most people that will happen to where they take her.
But you can do it. You can do it different ways.
Oh, yeah, that's true. You can do it.
I went a very specific way. But yeah, I am really, really liking this game, and I'm R9 or RA9, this whole shit with that. Like, I kind of feel like this is going to be the blackouts of Heavy Rain, and that shit's never going to be explained. It's just going to be a plot device in the game, like the dad's blackouts in Heavy Rain, but we'll see. I'm really digging it. I really, really enjoy it a lot so far.
Yeah, I feel like in games, it's just, they keep getting better and better.
Yeah.
Bryant, if you have anything open to play that. Detroit Become Human.
Yeah.
I like it.
The other thing I've been playing was last night, I decided I better start Red Dead so I can talk about it a little bit here and maybe be a part of the conversation with everybody, which I think is a fucking garbage statement, but you know what I mean. Wow, man. I feel a way about that game, and holy shit, it's like 1 minute I'm hating it, and then the next minute I'm loving it because I'm hating it. And none of it has to do with the gameplay. It's a Rockstar game. It plays like a Rockstar game. It plays like Red Dead Redemption. It plays like Grand Theft Auto 5, slightly more refined, which is great. It looks fucking amazing. Like, that's the first thing I noticed was like, wow, this game looks amazing. The characterization and the way that they are writing characters, I think, is really, really well done. So far, I'm only a few hours in. I just got to my first little town, basically. So I did the first big event, the first big train heist and all that, which is all kind of tutorial stuff. It's like 3.5 hours in, and I feel like I still have like 2 more hours of tutorial stuff because I still want to know where the fucking barbershop is because my dude's starting to look a little grizzly and I want him to look tight and right. Okay? If I'm going to be an outlaw, I'm going to look good, okay? But yeah, I finally got to the point where I can name my horse. You're going to like this. I named my horse Point Break. And if I buy another one, I'm going to name that one Dances with the Wolves or whatever the other stupid names were. What was the other one? Point Break, Dirty Dancing, and what was the other one in the stupid Clerks cartoon that he said?
Can't remember.
Ghost. It was like, oh, they were all Patrick Swayze movies, basically, because the whole bit was that it was Patrick Swayze in the episode. But the last one he says is Point Break is the name of the horse. So I was like, my horse's name is going to be Point Break. And before I even bought the game, I was like, nope, I don't care. My horse's name is Point Break. I don't give a fuck. That's what I'm naming him. But yeah, so my horse's name is Point Break.
Barbershop is in the first town. Cheesy.
In Valentine? No, it's not. I haven't seen it yet. Anyway. So yeah, I'm really digging it a lot.
I actually watched Cheesy play.
Yeah.
A lot.
If I would have known you were up last night, I would have streamed it so you could watch a little bit of it at 3 a.m.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm really digging it so far. I like how deliberate it is. I'm a person who loves Westerns as a movie genre anyway, and I know I'm kind of in the minority with my group of friends when it comes to that.
Like Firefly.
That's not a Western.
Sci-fi.
No, it's not Western. Don't even. No. It's not. It's like saying a video game nowadays has RPG elements. That has Western elements to it, but it is not a Western. I don't care what they do with the music. I don't care what they do with the scenery. That is not a Western. Anyway.
There's some planets that haven't been terraformed yet, so they're using old technology.
Oh, man. So yeah, I'm really, really digging Red Dead Redemption 2 so far, and I hope it just keeps getting better and better. But yeah, so it's funny, like in Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, do you remember like, oh, you can go to the gym, you can eat, you can do all these things to your character to like help their appearance or help their health or whatever. And I've heard all these things about the stuff you have to do in Red Dead or the stuff you can do in Red Dead to, you know, maximize your character's personality and shit like that, and the way people see him. And like, I got into a bar fight and it went outside and I got in all the mud and shit and I was like, oh, I fucking look filthy. I need to go take a bath now. So I went to the hotel area in the first town of Valentine and rented a room so I could take a bath and changed my clothes and did all that shit. And like, it's really weird how this game doesn't respect your time at all. Because Arthur Morgan walks, and then when you hit the X button to run, if you're in camp, he saunters instead of walking, so it's slightly faster. But this game does not respect your time in any way, shape, or form, and I think I love it for that. Because it's like, you're going to play what we want you to play, and you're gonna like it, and that's all there is to it. And so far they got me because I love it, and I love Westerns, and there's a lot of, I can already see the touchstones that they're using for this game based on Westerns I've seen. And yeah, I'm really loving it, and today and tomorrow is going to be a lot of me playing that game, and I'm really excited about that.
Cool. Graphics look amazing.
Dude, it looks so good.
So good. Like I said, I watched Cheesy and it was...
Yes.
How much space did you have to clear off your place?
Yeah.
So Big Mike over here has got a 2 terabyte hard drive installed, so I didn't have to clear off anything. But I posted about it, and like, legit, 2 discs. The last time I bought a game with 2 discs was Gran Turismo 2 on the PlayStation 1. And
Metal Gear Solid was 2 discs.
yeah, I didn't buy that. I borrowed that. I played that, actually. Didn't even borrow that. I played that at a friend's house. But yeah, Gran Turismo 2 was the last 2 disc game I bought.
Oh, Fear Effect.
Oh, okay.
PlayStation 2,
Yeah.
I believe.
So 1 disc is a data disc. That's literally just 50 gigabytes of an install.
Jesus
And then you
Christ.
put your play disc, and that's got data to install also. And then there's the big day 1 update. And apparently it's like 93 gigabytes or something when all was said and done, which is insane. But yeah, I'm really liking it. And yeah, we'll move on a little bit now.
I've been playing Spider-Man. That's all I got.
Okay.
Same thing. I've you know how I said I've been doing a lot of like the side stuff?
Yeah.
And I haven't really got into the chunk of the story?
Yeah.
I've gotten into the chunk of the story.
Okay.
Oh my god. Oh my god, it's so good.
That's another one. Fuck, like the last 3 games this year that I have to play are Red Dead, Tomb Raider, and Spider-Man. And I know those are all games that are anywhere from 20 to 100 hours, respectively. which is fucking crazy.
Yeah, dude, I got spoilers. I guess not really spoilers, but he has his villains. Sinister Six.
Ooh, fuck, really? Fuck, I need this game.
Like, what the fuck just happened? Type of thing. Like, remember what was it? Green Arrow's comic book where he gets locked up with all his villains.
Oh, yeah.
Something kind of similar.
Oh,
happened,
shit.
I thought.
That's kind of like anytime they have Batman go to Arkham Asylum, like...
Or that,
Yeah.
yeah. But it's not really, he's not going in there for him.
Right.
If something happens there, he has to go there and
Okay.
start cleaning shit out. And, like...
That's cool. That's cool.
I ruined it for Cheesy. He's like, no, stop.
Sorry, Cheesy.
It's not really spoilers. You know you're going to fight
Yeah.
these villains.
For real, though, you need to let me know where that, later on, after we're done, let me know where that barbershop is.
I can't help it. I had to talk about it. Sorry,
Yeah.
Cheesy.
The only other thing I've been playing is, guess what? Paladins. I have 6 days of time into Paladins. I've finished the 150 games for this event milestone. The only thing I haven't been able to get wasn't able to get was the 30 abysmal echoes, because they spawn randomly in your game and then you guys have to work together to take them out. I got 29 out of 30, which is a real fucking bummer. But yeah, Paladins, Detroit, and Red Dead. Now that this event's over, I'll probably be playing less of Paladins for now. But like, I'm not gonna stop playing that game. I'll probably crank out 3 or 5 games
Put that on
a week.
hold.
I'm trying.
Play Red
Yes,
Dead.
I'm gonna play Red Dead.
Detroit.
I'm gonna play Detroit. I need to play Spider-Man, and I feel like I need to play Tomb Raider, but I also feel like maybe I don't need to play Tomb Raider.
You can eventually
Yeah.
do that.
But there's like so much games, dude. Like, and I'm not a Black Ops guy, so I'm not gonna be playing that.
Cheesy's been playing Black Ops
Yeah.
for he needs help.
Well, you don't want it from me because I suck at first-person shooters. Remember, except for all those clips I post of Paladins, and Cheesy's always the first one to like when I post them. But yeah, so that's kind of what I've been playing, and that's basically going to continue over the next couple of weeks.
Cool. All right, so BlizzCon is happening right now.
Yeah, it is.
Bunch of news.
Well, there's some
Some
stuff,
news come out. Like,
but there's a new.
one off the top of my head, really quick.
Yeah,
I thought Destiny 2 was going to be free on PC till November 16th.
yeah.
So you probably won't hear this, but no, we still got time.
Yeah.
So you probably we don't break news, but whatever. November 16th, download Destiny 2
Yeah.
because it's an awesome game.
And if you were smart, you downloaded it last month when it was free on PlayStation
That's when
Plus.
it was last month. Yeah, that's what I was telling Brian. He should have downloaded it last month.
You have until Tuesday.
Tuesday?
Yeah, you have until Tuesday.
Oh.
If you have Plus to get it, because that's when the November games are going to come up.
Oh, so
It's the
Brian
first
still has
Tuesday of
time?
the month. He still has time, yeah.
Got it.
Oh, close.
Ah, Bryant. God damn it.
Sorry.
Well, I was going to say, it's cheaper to get a Euro Plus than it is to buy the game, but it's not. It's the same price now. Yeah, get that. The other thing that I wanted to bring up from BlizzCon is that something I've been super hyped about is the Overwatch Nerf guns.
No,
Which looks super dope. I put a picture if you want to put it up. Yeah. So these are the 6 guns, but the 3 top ones are rival guns, which are the ones that shoot the balls. The one on the left is Reaper's shotgun, which holds 8 rounds, and it's an internal clip mechanism.
Oh shit, these are actual Nerf guns?
Yes.
Oh, I thought they were like Nerf guns in the game.
No, these are actual Nerf guns that are coming out. So the first one is Reaper's shotgun. Like I said, it holds 8 rounds internally. The second one is Diva's pistol, which only holds 3 rounds on an internal clip. The good thing about this one is it's basically a rival Kronos, which is a really sweet pistol. I don't know if you saw them at Comic-Con, but they're the ones that had the Deadpool stuff on them, the Deadpool ones.
I think I saw
So
that.
that's what a Kronos is. But this has all those internals but the Kronos has a 5-round internal clip. This one only has a 3-round internal clip. And the one on the right is McCree's revolver. Here's the thing they've messed up with. McCree's revolver is a single shot pistol. It's got a cool mechanism where you pull the slide back and the fucking drum comes out and the whole thing, but you can only put 1 ball on there. And then you pull it back and you got it. And so every time you got one ball. Like, they could have made it a 6-round rotating barrel, but they didn't. Maybe it just aesthetically wouldn't look right if they did that. But those are really sweet guns. Those are the ones that are announced so far. I'm not sure about price points or when they're coming out. They just say 2019, as far as I'm aware, unless news is broken since I looked at the story last night. The ones below them are basically Nerf Jolt reskins, and they're made to look like Diva's gun again, Torbjorn's gun, and I'm not sure if that's Tracer's, supposed to be Tracer's gun, I think. But those are just single shot darts. You put the dart in, pull the thing, and shoot them. I really like the design of them. I like the way they look. I know some people are complaining about the Arctic skin for McCree and Reaper's guns, but you also got to remember you can't be throwing big black guns out on the streets with kids playing them. They got to make them look as toy as possible, hence the orange tips and the orange stuff on it.
Did you see that, Brian?
Orange tips.
No. Bryce is in the chat right now.
Oh, is he?
Like, also, Bryant's here when I'm not here. Interesting.
I left my car keys in Rick's car. Or my house keys in Rick's car.
So those guns look really cool. They're coming out 2019. I think probably summer 2019 or is when they'll release. I'm excited to see the price point. I hope they do a Soldier 76 machine gun or rifle, whatever, assault rifle.
If you want to chat.
That would be awesome as hell because that's the character I use in Overwatch. But I've since moved on to another game, which is called Paladins, which I'm waiting for some knockoff Nerf company to get the license for and put out knockoff guns. Just like Legos coming out. They also showed some of the Lego sets
Go for it.
that are coming out, the Overwatch Lego kits that are coming out, which look pretty cool. But that's the only stuff out of BlizzCon that I really...
The Nerf guns. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
pretty cool, dude.
It's really cool. Reaper's shotgun looks dope. Diva's pistol. They all look really cool. I might get Diva's pistol because I love the design of that and it looks really good. It looks perfect. Reaper's shotgun is pretty cool too, but it looks like it might be uncomfortable to hold because of the handle. But it looks just like the one in the game. Yeah, those are really cool. I hope they do more. And like I said, I need a Soldier 76 assault rifle is what I need. Because if not, I'll just have to mod one and make one myself, which was my plan to begin with. And then I found out that they were doing the Nerf guns, so I want to see what they come out with before I start cutting and sanding and epoxying and making a assault rifle for Soldier 76. But yeah, that's that news. And the last thing I wanted to talk about was they announced the 20 games that are going to be
I
on
know.
the PlayStation Classic, and it was disappointing for me. Not because these games are bad or because this list is bad. This is an awesome fucking list.
I had some that were on there that was on my list. Cool
Yeah.
Warriors too.
Yep, that's a great one.
Metal Gear Solid.
Yep.
And one that I completely forgot that I'm glad it's on. Is
Intelligent Cube. Yes, that's a great game.
Like, dude, I spent hours playing that game. I loved it so much. I love the puzzles.
Why Twisted Metal and not Twisted Metal 2?
That I don't get. No.
It might be a music licensing thing.
Yeah, I probably played more 2 than I did of 1.
Well, because 2 is a better fucking game. It's
Even when
just a
3
better
came
game.
out, I still play 2 more than 3.
2 is the best in the series, if you ask me.
2?
Yeah.
I didn't play anything after 3.
So here's my issue. There's like 5 games maybe that aren't on this list that would have had to be on the list for me to buy this thing. There's no Tony Hawk game.
That's right.
There's
Tony
no,
Hawk.
which I understand, but at the same time, come on, Sony, you've been working with Activision on other things, the Spyro stuff, the Crash stuff, and all that. To my next point, no Spyro, no Crash.
True.
No Crash. Like, I understand they did the Crash remake, but you could have put Crash on here.
I feel like that was their flagship, man.
Yeah, no Spyro. I know they're doing the Spyro remake, but you could have put Spyro, or they did, but you could have put Spyro on here.
And Siphon Filter.
Yeah,
I
like,
fucking hated that.
I like that game. That's a good one to be on there.
I probably hate it because I get so much trouble with it.
So, Tony Hawk 2 is not on here. Gran Turismo 2 is not on here. Crash isn't on here. Spyro's not on here. And Driver is not on
Right.
here.
Uh-huh.
So, if 3 of 5 of those games were on this list, I would have got this thing. But because they're not, I'll just go on eBay and buy those 5 games because I already have Tony Hawk 2. I may or may have not ordered Gran Turismo 2 off eBay. That may or may not be in the mail and may or may not be there when I get home.
Got Resident Evil Director's Cut.
Yeah, which is good, but why not 2? Yeah, so this is a great list. I'm being nitpicky. This list is not for me, but this is an amazing fucking list. The fact that they got a Grand Theft Auto game on here is pretty crazy.
I expect a Driver, not Grand Theft Auto.
Right? Because
Yeah.
Driver was like that. That was anyway. Disappointing list for me. But all in all, this is an awesome list and worth every penny of that $100 for this console. And
I'm probably gonna buy it.
yeah, you should go pre-order it because I don't know how limited they're gonna be.
Is it gonna be limited?
It's not gonna be like super limited, but they are saying like. I think they're just saying limited so that
Everyone can rush and get it.
they can get the pre-order numbers so they can have the reason to make more of them. But yeah, Jumping Flash, which is fucking great. That was on my list. That had to be on there. No Symphony of the Night, which is a bummer. And you already have Metal Gear. That's a Konami game. Why didn't you put Symphony of the Night, which is, for my money, the only game that needed to be on this thing to be worth $100, even though I own a copy of Symphony of the Night on Xbox 360 and I own the PlayStation 1 Classic on PS3.
People really love Oddworld.
Yeah, that almost made my list. That's a good game, dude. That's a good ass game. You're crazy, Rick. But yeah,
Man, that looks great, man.
it was a great list. Just not for me. And that's kind of how I felt about the SNES list and the NES Classic list. I was like, those are good lists, but like, there's 5 or so games on each of those consoles that I would have wanted instead of things on there, and they're not there. And that's the main reason why I didn't buy those ones. And it's going to continue to be the reason why I didn't buy this one.
Well, there was another game that we wanted on there.
Yeah.
It's apparently getting a remake.
Yeah. So this is the trailer. If you want to watch the trailer, I think we should watch the trailer because it's got. Oh, did you unplug everything?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is it long?
No.
Okay. Well,
No.
Let's do it then.
Okay.
All right. So trailer.
Yeah.
Here
For
we go.
Medieval Remastered.
So I'm excited.
Me too, because I love this game. This game, I forgot to put on my list when I think we forgot to put it on my list when I did it. No, I put Medieval. That's right.
I think you did.
Yeah, I did. And this, I know that I knew this was in the works, but they said this should still be on the fucking PlayStation Classic. But let's do it. I think it looks pretty cool. So many memories. That's what I kept reading. And then watch. That's what it was. Now I remember. Yes. Yes, it did. So excited. That should have been on. That should have been on the PlayStation
That should've
Classic
been on.
also. But
Well, I'd rather play this remaster, to be honest.
yeah, yes, but it should have been on that list.
That's true.
But yeah, not much to say about that other than I'm all in on that. That looks so cool. I loved that game in 1996 when I played it, or 97 when it came out, whatever it was. I'm hyped for that. But yeah, I've decided that when it comes to this classic thing, I'm just going to go on eBay and buy the 5 or 10 games that I would really want on a PlayStation Classic Edition and just play them on my PS3. But yeah, Medieval should have been on there. The trailer looks rad. All we have is 2019. We don't have an actual release date, but hopefully it'll be first quarter of 2019 before things get too fucking crowded next year.
Yeah.
Because Days Gone is coming out next year in the summertime. Possibly Last of Us 2 in the fall. If not, that's going to be early 2020. We still don't know where...
Andy loves the game. Medieval.
Yeah, that's cool.
I remember buying the demo. I think it was on the Pizza Hut demo.
It might have been. It might have been a different disc, but it could have been on the Pizza Hut disc.
And then I went out and bought it.
Yeah.
And that's like another game that I stayed up all night playing.
Yeah. Another game that was kind of similar to that I really loved was on PS2, and that's Rygar. That was another game I loved on. Oh, that's a good game. But anyway, so that's that. I think that's it for video games this week, and we're gonna keep playing games.
We're just gonna keep playing. Yeah. I'm still gonna be playing Spider-Man.
Yeah.
I want to hopefully have that done soon.
The first DLC is already out.
That's why I want to have it done soon.
The second one's coming out in a couple of weeks.
Fuck.
Mm-hmm.
That's fast. I'm gonna have to play a lot tonight then.
Yeah. I'm going to promise myself to play other games than just Paladins. I'll cut it down to maybe only 2 games a day. Maybe I'll just do my daily challenges, which will usually only take about an hour because it's how I roll. So I'll probably just do the daily challenges instead of spending 5 hours playing Paladins. I have not had to charge my Pro Controller yet.
Oh no.
No. It's been a full
That's
week.
impressive, yeah. That's
2
good
weeks.
Battery life.
2 weeks? It's been 2 fucking weeks, and I haven't had to charge it yet. So that's cool. But yeah, I'm going to play a bunch of Red Dead today and tomorrow. And also, I'm going to alternate between Red Dead and Detroit because I want to try and...
Yeah, because Bryce finished Detroit.
Oh, did he? I saw him playing it the other night. He finished it?
Yeah.
Cool. Very cool.
So hopefully if you can finish that, then we can all talk about it.
Yeah, okay.
I'll finally get into spoilers.
I'll make it a point to finish that so we can talk about it next week.
Cool. So I guess that's going to do it for us this week.
Yeah.
Thanks to Cheesy and
Yeah. Bryce
for
hanging
coming
out
on
in the chat.
And then Bryant in person.
Manning the chat. So yeah, I'll do it again at the end of the show, like I did at the beginning.
Do it.
If you're watching this on clips, you're not hearing this. So join us on Tuesdays when we put the podcast up on someshitwelike.com and any podcast service you can think of. Clips go up on YouTube Tuesday through Thursday, 2 on Thursday, the full show on Friday. And like I said earlier, unless it's too fucking long and Rick doesn't want to render that long of a clip, then you get a whole week of clips.
That's true.
So make sure you check us out there, YouTube/user/someshitwelike. SSWL Network on Instagram and Twitter, Some Shit We Like, and SSWL Network on Facebook.
So until next time.
That was Some Shit We Like.
Bye.